You're listening to Behind the Bulldogs, brought to you by Ferris State Athletics.
Off the left side, to the end zone! Touchdown, Bulldogs!
If I'm even having like a bad day on the course or something, I just look down at it and just feel like thankful that I'm able to be out there.
Making sure that we're like where our feet are and we're not thinking about outside distractions.
Welcome into episode 5 of Behind the Bulldogs here of the 2025-2026 school year. Brandon Worth, Tatum Outlaw, giving you the good stuff in Ferris State Athletics, behind the scenes with athletes, coaches, and more. And this episode, we're touching on the more this week. Very fun episode with Riley and Ed.
Yeah, we took a trip downstairs. We grabbed him, brought him up here, and I'm just
plucked him out of their lift to bring him up here.
Yeah. No, but these are some of my favorite episodes. I think we need to learn more about the staff and how much they do, and they're so invested in us and our success, so it should be a great episode.
It is a great episode. We got the interview coming up for you, the Ferris State Sports Slate at the end of the show. But first, we'll obviously recap what's going on here in Ferris State, which for those that don't know is in Big Rapids, Michigan, by the way, and we team to win a lot. We're not going to say anything else on that. For those that know what we're talking about, they know what we're talking about.
Yeah, no comment.
We win a lot here at this school. Anyway, if you're just joining us, welcome and be sure to follow and subscribe. Big thanks to Dazos Digital. Target your target audience with the experts at DazosDigital.com. Also, quick shout out, shameless plug, if you will. Off the Ice with Tatum and Brody is out. First couple episodes are in the books. They sound great. And first episode of AD Update with Steve Brocklebank also is out right now. Both of those, Ferris Athletics, on YouTube for more information. Great shows already starting up this year.
So much entertainment for you guys. You guys are lucky. But yeah, definitely go check out everything else. We had some cool guests these past couple weeks for the hockey podcast. Same with this podcast. And if you're not tired of hearing of me, then you should check it out.
You should check it out. Indeed.
Unless you don't like listening to me podcasting. Whatever,
or myself, because we're both in 2 of the 3 shows we just mentioned.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, the show goes on, and you guys have plenty of content to go through throughout the week. Speaking of which, here's the content for the week from this past weekend recap. Men's golf, 4th overall, just down the road at Khaki Golf Course in the Midwest preview. Really overall good showing from Coach Stark. We'll talk about them a little bit later on in the episode as they just finished up action, I should say, here from this weekend and early this week. But really good start for the crew in the fall.
Yeah, it's cool. Golf is underway, and yeah, it seems like they've got a good team this year. They usually do have a strong program. So
absolutely. It just feels like they reload every single year.
Yeah, they're very sturdy, I would say.
Sturdy is a good word.
Just a good, sturdy, solid group.
Very sturdy and solid indeed. Looking over at cross country, we had split squads taking place. One across the pond in Minnesota at the Roy Griak Invitational, and then the other crew at Lansing. So looking back overall, Ferris 2nd overall at Lansing on the women's side. Men's were 4th overall. Very good showings there. There from Lansing, and Roy Griak as well. Really good overall showing. The men's placing 6th there in the maroon race, and then I believe the women's finished 10th in the maroon race. So really well done. And you might be thinking, maroon, that's not that cool of a color. Well, there's a lot of teams at this meet. So there are so many divisions, but they did very well competing against some of those. And some of the teams they'll see later on in the postseason as well.
Yeah, it's a really great starting point for both those teams as well. I think just now really getting into things, it's a great way to start, and hopefully they just keep improving.
Absolutely. And Emma and Ella also did really well this weekend. Not to single them out, because everybody did well from what we saw on the results, but they just joined us on the show.
It's the podcast magic. When people come on, they talk about their stuff. I feel like they always perform well the next week.
Yes.
I don't know. One of my teammates said the same thing. It was like when you get mentioned on the podcast, it really boosts your confidence and you really do perform better. So not that I'm taking credit for their hard work.
You are.
It's the podcast magic,
It is. You know where the 2 seats are. They're right over there.
It's the podcast swag.
It is a podcast swag indeed. Looking over at soccer, breaking news. They didn't tie. They won both. This was huge for the program. And it was really exciting. Winning on senior day not only is a huge accomplishment, but making that a sweep in GLIAC play on the weekend. You could just tell on Sunday that crew was jazzed to the nines, and deservedly so for how well they've played to start this year. And they finally get the result to show for it.
Yeah, I'm so happy for them. And I live with a lot of them too. So I kind of hear the ins and outs of how hard they've been working. And I know it's been frustrating for them to, I don't want to say fall short, but getting a tie is just as frustrating as losing. But I feel like overall their defense is very, very sturdy, very consistent. So it's nice to see their offense pull through and score some this weekend and win.
Yeah, Corinne did well between the pipes as well. We saw great things from Grace Sampson scoring as well as Catherine Welsh scoring on Sunday, who was just on the show. Unfortunately for Emerson, she wasn't able to play because she was banged up. So that might be the only downfall that we've had from our guests so far. So Emerson, why'd you get injured? No, I'm just kidding.
We're not claiming that energy.
I did also hear that she did get a partnership with Celsius.
Yeah.
So her grape Celsius tradition will live on.
Yeah, she got a whole free box of her grape Celsius.
Very, very cool stuff. And speaking of sweeps, somebody got 2 of them this weekend in GLIAC play. That's very exciting. Well, not sweeps, 3-1 against Tech, but you got the sweep of both matches as well with Northern Michigan.
Yeah, the sweep is a volleyball term too. But that was awesome. I think I was excited, maybe a little bit nervous. And I mean, for half of my team, this was their first time even having a Ferris State volleyball home game, because half of my team is new freshmen, some transfers here and there. And then for all of us, it was really like our first time playing on our home court the whole game in front of fans. So it was a mix of a lot of emotions. Michigan Tech is a really good team. They have a lot of returners. And although they have a new head coach, I mean, this is their assistant coach that they've had for years. So it's really nothing new there. They're a pretty established program. So to be able to find a win through that game was awesome. And then for Northern Michigan, like despite their record, they're a very great team. They've had a really tough schedule in preseason. So that was an awesome game. We were fortunate enough to be able to beat them 3-0. So it was just a great weekend. I think we're still figuring things out, but the fact that we can get wins while we're figuring our group out is just awesome.
Very much indeed. And to cap it all off, you like scoring on the football field. You got it this weekend. Ferris State winning 76-0
Imagine
Rio
if it
Grande.
was the full time. I mean, the clock was running from the first quarter, and then they split the second half of the game in half.
In 2 10-minute quarters.
Imagine if it was the full length of a football game.
Yeah. I want to know who was starting the rumor about the 97-point spread. I would like to know who that was.
TikTok.
Who was it?
Someone posted a TikTok and they were
find out who.
Yeah, and it was really funny, but it went viral.
I saw that. Yeah, it's like, where did this spread come from? And there's no way this is sanctioned.
And
like,
honestly,
totally
he wasn't.
illegal.
He wasn't wrong though, because we had to we took so much time off of that game.
So
if it was the full length of the game, I think he would have been pretty spot on.
We could have scored 100.
We could have.
Maybe. I guess.
We should have let it. No. It gets to a point.
Hypotheticals, what ifs. We can what if all day.
It gets to a point, yeah.
Indeed. So last but certainly not least, I really kind of teased at the beginning on with men's and women's golf. They are in action right now. Overall, for men's, they are in 3rd place at the UIndy Fall Invite down there in Indianapolis. And then the women's squad, they're at Wayne State right now, and they are in 4th currently heading into today's action. So good luck to Coach Stark's crew. And overall, the depth continues to show year after year. This team might not be necessarily the same firepower team you had last year to start the season, but they figure out a way to find the next 5 to step up.
Yeah, I think they're definitely a team that improves by week too. So
yeah, it's going to be very exciting to see here as the fall slate continues onward. I mean, we got hockey coming up in a couple weeks. We got basketball in a couple more weeks. And it's going to be quick, fast, in a hurry. We're going to have everything happening.
Yeah, we're going to get into the chaotic part of all of this very soon. It's creeping up.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Yeah.
With that, we will go to the interview room. Riley and Ed. Red and Eiley. That doesn't make any sense. What did I just say? How about Riley and Ed standing by from downstairs at the Ferris State Center of Athletic Performance? Now joining us here in the interview room, 2 very special guests from the Strength and Conditioning Department. We took them literally downstairs from a workout here. Riley and Ed joining us here. Guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Very, very excited to have you guys. And many people might not necessarily know who you are. You're a very pivotal part down in the Center of Athletic Department, our performance department downstairs in the weight room. Just tell us about who you are and how you found your way to Ferris State University here in Big Rapids.
So we work with all the teams. Basically just bringing energy, making sure the weight room's fun, but also being explosive, staying safe, and just making athletes stronger. I found my way to Big Rapids after I spent some time in Mississippi. I was at Delta State about 6 months after Dom and Colton had left. So I spent some time there, realized that it wasn't a lot of winning going on, so I had to hop the train to Ferris State.
Yeah, we do like to win. That is an important part.
It's a common trend of why people come here.
Yeah, very common trend. Riley, how about you?
Yeah, so just like Ed said, we work with all 16 teams. We try to work in the 3 E's with every lift. efficiency, explosiveness, and effectiveness in everything. I found my way to Ferris because I met Dom and Colton at a strength and conditioning conference when I got a certification, and I just graduated with my master's from Northern in exercise science. So thank you. I emailed Colton and I was like, I'd love to hop on and train with y'all and be with y'all. So I'm very grateful that I'm here.
Rock on.
We're all happy that you're here. So coming from an athlete myself, and you guys both were student athletes, right, in college. So can you just tell us about what you played, how that experience was, and how that translates to what you're doing now?
So at West Alabama, I spent 4 years playing football. Those times where I probably the most fun I've ever had. I miss being a student athlete, going in every morning, getting the lifts, feeling the energy. Didn't have very much success there at West Al. Culture changes and coaches changes. It was fun. It was good while it lasted. I'd love to go back, but now I'm on to a new chapter in my life.
For sure, yeah.
So in my undergrad, I was a dual sport. I did swim and track and field. I threw hammer for all 4 years. And then kind of when COVID happened, I was granted another year of eligibility because of the COVID year. So I took that into my master's at Northern, and that's kind of how I ended up in Marquette, Michigan, because I signed for track and field there.
Very cool. As a track star to a track star, it is a very fun sport indeed.
It is, yes.
Absolutely. When it comes to strength and conditioning, a lot of athletes, it kind of pulls you in already. You're working in the weight room 24/7. For you guys individually, what was kind of the calling card a little bit to take this on, not only as a student athlete, but also now in your occupation every day?
I think my biggest calling card was my mentor, Coach Duke. Coach Duke walked me through all four of my years at West Alabama, and he became probably the biggest impact on my life. So after I finished football, he kind of brought it up to me like, why not try being a strength and conditioning coach? And I took hold to it. He walked me through how to make lifts and program. So that's kind of been my biggest calling card to this right here.
Very cool. Very cool. Riley, how about you?
Yeah. So in my undergrad, I wasn't really winning myself. Swimming's a very individual sport. So I was like, what's the next competitive edge that I can gain? And I actually found that through the weight room. One of my mentors, Lee McCormick, he works at Texas State now as their men's basketball strength and conditioning coach. And I've worked with him in the scope, but he's really guided me to where I am today and kind of got me or started my passion for the weight room and things like that.
Awesome.
Nice. What are your guys' favorite parts about being a strength and conditioning coach? At the end of the day, you're like, wow, I love what I do. And then maybe what are some things that make it difficult sometimes?
I think the things that really make me really enjoy what I'm doing now is just seeing the progress in the athletes. Honestly, Tatum, you know this the most. We spend most of our time with y'all throughout camps, throughout preseason, offseason. We're constantly with y'all, and just to watch the growth and the feedback y'all give from us. Because it all depends on how you perform on Saturdays or Fridays or whenever you play. I think the only hard part about it is just the long days.
Yeah.
Sometimes waking up at 5 a.m. and staying till 6. It does wear and tear on you, but again, y'all make it worthwhile.
Aww.
Yeah, I would second everything Ed said. I think for me, it's really the little things, seeing y'all in the hallways and y'all screaming and cheering when you come into lifts and doing your little chants on the sideline, and then winning, of course, is always nice. So I think for me, it's just seeing how y'all progress in the weight room and how happy it makes you when it plays out in the court and things like that.
Nice.
Very cool. Yeah. You guys are a very energetic bunch, to say the least, in volleyball.
Yeah, we definitely are. Haynes always makes a joke that he's like, you guys are always so much drama, but we're not drama, but we definitely come into the weight room ready to be
we want to have fun.
Yeah, we work hard, but we definitely are gonna have fun in the weight room, and we're gonna be silly, and we're always having some playful banter with them. So
yeah, for sure. I gotta ask both of you guys, and we actually asked this, as kind of our precursor to the interview. Favorite lift and why you think it is the best lift?
Oh yeah, I'm a meathead, so I'm definitely gonna pick the bench press.
Yes.
Of course, watching football. Of course, that's gonna bring my biggest point. Watching the guys loaded up and just hitting the smelling salts. Just that just brings all types of men testosterone out. We freaking love it.
I get it.
For sure. What's the biggest lift you've seen bench press wise?
Man,
Early, it could be approximate.
I think I seen one of our guys bench like 405, 455. Like they're low. Our O-linemen, Tim and Bob, they are some
Monsters.
different breed of animals.
They are a favorite on the
Of course,
podcast.
Tim Bob makes a reappearance on this podcast.
I think they get brought up every single episode somehow,
Like
some way.
you can't talk about Ferris State without Tim Bob.
Yeah,
That's very, very
I
true.
get it.
Yeah, Riley, how about you? Same question.
I think for me, it's a hang clean. I think it's just the amount of athleticism it takes to like perform that is, I respect it a lot. As an athlete in the swim world, like sometimes you don't really get to be taught Olympic lifting. And I was taught in my master's by my mentor, Jenna Brumesso. And she really took the time to teach me. And I think, it's explosive, it's powerful, and then you've got to have a certain amount of strength to catch it in that front squat position. So
Very nice.
I love that one.
Nice one.
Shifting gears just a little bit because you guys do have a life outside the weight room.
Really?
Yeah, I
Oh.
know. But what do you guys like to do in your free time?
I think right now, my biggest thing in my free time is playing the game. I have a PlayStation 5. I play the game for maybe an hour or two before I got to go to bed and wake up and do this thing again. So,
Nice.
I get
but
it.
definitely spending a little time on the game, talking to my friends back home.
Nice. Very
It's
cool.
fun.
Yeah. Ed and I both lift in our free time, so we obviously love to do that.
Sure.
I like to hang out with friends, Colt and Dom, the whole gang. That's always nice. But I also like to ride horses in my free time.
Nice.
Yeah, she does because
Cowgirl.
my roommate Marin on the soccer team likes to ride horses too, and Riley put her on to where
Yeah.
she goes. So
Nice.
It's like my
Yeah.
Sunday treat. It's a nice
Yeah.
little quiet time for me. So
that's awesome.
reminds me of home.
Yeah, that's really cool.
No, that's awesome for sure. Is there a favorite team to work with? Not to so create some division on the podcast. Is there a favorite team to work with?
They're all our favorite.
No,
Love 'em
you
all.
guys
Love 'em
definitely
all.
have a
Boo.
favorite.
No, I'm just kidding.
Is there one that you're maybe like a little like extra excited to see that day? Or like if you're having a bad day, like that specific team could like boost your mood?
I think right now there isn't a certain team that boosts my mood, but there's definitely there's a love in all of y'all. Everybody brings their own piece of energy, their own type of personalities, and the more I've been around you, and I think Riley can attest to this. Like we love y'all so much equally.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It really is like the small moments, like seeing y'all in the hallway, y'all like coming into our office in your free time, talking about your day. Like we love that stuff.
Exactly.
So what they want to say is that volleyball is their favorite, but they know that they can't say it. So I'll just say it for them. Volleyball is their favorite.
Okay.
Yeah, and anybody else can attest, and the seats are right there. So they can stay right there and make their case. As far as we have obviously a lot of Bulldog fans listening in, and there might be some that, are fans and they want to train like the athletes. Is there a tip that you would give, maybe like the average Joe, maybe that's, working out, lifting that could help them, better themselves as an athlete? Is there one tip that you would give them?
Swole is the goal, size is the prize. Move heavyweight.
Can you write that on a pillow for me? That feels like something that should be crocheted on a pillow.
Definitely, that's the only thing I can tell you. Move heavyweight.
Okay, very nice. Riley?
Don't be afraid of volume and violence. Treat everything with some violence. Be explosive. Be powerful. Don't be shy in the weight room.
Violence.
Our team break that we did yesterday in the weight room, we said violence on 3, 1, 2, 3, violence, and then we started our lift. So that was funny.
Yeah.
But
Lovely.
I agree with that though. I feel like a lot of people when they're getting into lifting or just like if they're just not super passionate about it, I feel like people are scared to fail. And when you're like
Yes.
at the brink of failure every time, that's when like you're growing and getting better and getting bigger. And like if you fail that one time, you're bound to hit it the next time you do it. So
Absolutely.
I think that's really good advice.
Definitely.
I completely lost my train of thought.
Oh, go back on the train here. I can give another question.
Yeah,
if you
you
want.
go ahead.
Okay, so what's a piece of nutrition that you would give as a recommendation as well? Food or drink, either one.
Eat enough and drink enough. I was told as an athlete, like if there is a Snickers bar compared to nothing, like just eating nothing, eat the Snickers bar. Always fuel yourself with something. Like it's food, no food, choose whatever food is available for you. I think I told Tatum and her team that in our
Yeah.
nutrition meeting.
Yeah.
But yeah, eat enough and
Nice.
Piggybacking off what she said, you can't drive a car with no fuel in it. So you have to eat something. I fuel is fuel, no matter how you use it. But as long as you're working out, it'll all pay off.
Yeah.
Can you guys write us a quote book? Like, these are all amazing sayings. Like, we need a book or something. You know, these signs out in the weight room. We need to make something happen.
Imagine if it was all four of us.
Man, we'd have this thing lit up.
No. Actually, we should try that.
Electric.
Maybe.
I might get a little overstimulated though. Like so many microphones, so many thoughts, so many personalities.
We'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do.
I got my train of thought back. I was going to ask you guys, how is it adjusting to living in Big Rapids? Some people love it. Some people are like, it's really small, it's really boring. There's not much to do here.
Yeah.
How was it at first, and how are you adjusting now?
So I think, so I haven't been to a lot of big cities. Where I was at West Alabama is kind of like Big Rapids, super small.
Yeah.
Only's got then we had 2 restaurants. I went to Mississippi at Delta State. They only had a couple restaurants, real small town. So, I mean, small towns is kind of my thing. I grew up in a super small town where all you had was hunting, fishing, and
loving every day.
Exactly. Perfect. So I love living in Big Rapids. It's right down my alley.
Very nice.
Yeah, so I'm from Austin, Texas. So that's a pretty big city.
Oh.
And then I moved to Marquette for my master's at Northern.
Still not Big Rapids.
Yeah.
though.
So that was a change. It was big to small, but now we're like small to smaller. And I actually really like it. Like it's quiet, everything's right there, and then GR is like an hour away. So I really enjoy it. And
yeah, it's definitely very homey. And I feel like a lot of people say that Ferris is the heart of Big Rapids, and it's so true. And I feel like the community is definitely so involved with Ferris, so it's nice.
Yeah, I mean, you guys saw the town in the summer when everyone's gone. It's a whole different
that
place.
moving weekend, I was like, what is going on?
Yes.
I think I see some tumbleweeds in the highway.
You guys came here, I guess, when everything was kind of done and over with. And now that you've made it through the first wave of preseason for some teams, what are some things you're looking forward to? Because, I mean, the year's just begun. It's only going to get crazier.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just excited to watch everyone compete. You know, with our staff, we try to go to as many games as we can and kind of spread ourselves out. But I'm just really excited to watch everyone do what they love and everything that we've been doing pay off. So
Right.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing is watching you guys just actually play a sport that you love. I mean, everybody has a long season. The preseason kind of boring. You know, all we're doing is just lifting, getting stronger.
Yeah.
But it's all about the time, when it's time to actually compete against other people.
Yeah. Things are going to get chaotic because I know it does for us. We're always talking about it. But whenever it's that overlap from fall sports into their postseason and then the winter sports starting up, that time of the year is so crazy. So
look out.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys will have a blast with that. So
for sure.
Yeah.
Well, for both of you, Riley, thank you so much for joining us on the show. Last question before we let you go. We ask everybody we bring on the show, what's your favorite thing about being here at Ferris State and being a Bulldog?
My favorite thing about being at Ferris State is just the homie feeling. The biggest thing is everybody, you come here and you feel like you're at home. Everybody makes you feel welcome. The electric, all the competitions that we've been to so far have been electric. Being inside and everybody just cheering on team after team. I think Ferris State is a good place to be.
Rock on.
Yeah, I agree with all that. I think when I first got here, everyone was so welcoming, from the staff to the athletes, and it was very easy for me to just feel welcomed and be embraced. My favorite thing about being a Bulldog and, all of our Bulldog athletes is how gritty they are. They come in and attack every lift, every game as much as they can. And I think that really speaks to what we portray here at Ferris.
Yeah, I'm going to interject just a little bit. Riley, I think you're in a really special position too, being the first female within the strength and conditioning department. I think that you've made such a difference just even with your presence. I think it's really nice to have you around because it's, as a women's team, it's nice to have another girl to relate to and ask questions to and feel like we can go to you for everything. And even when you just talk to the teams about nutrition and stuff, which can be so hard, I think you've really made a difference in just the short time that you've been here. So
thank you.
We love having you here.
Oh,
we love having both of you here, but it is so special.
We love
to
being
have a
here.
female in that department now.
Yeah, because I
Thank
couldn't
you.
handle all them volleyball players.
No one can. I can't even handle them sometimes. So
I appreciate that.
yeah.
For sure. Well, thank you both for joining us here on the show. We'll let you get back downstairs and do your job, but thanks for joining us here on the podcast.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Big thanks to Riley and Ed for joining us here on the show. And if there's a guest that you believe needs to be in those chairs over there, let us know at @behind_Bulldogs. We'll be putting out a poll, I'm sure, very, very soon. We got the next couple guests pretty much lined up, so might be some time, but we want to hear from the people.
Definitely. And be engaged on our social medias. Give us all the feedback and the suggestions because we do read those.
We do indeed. Let's get to the Ferris State Sports Slate. What's upcoming this week in Ferris State Athletics? There's a very small, nonchalant game in the volleyball arena on Friday. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, it's something slight. You know, we've just got a little anchor bone action going on here. Yep, we are playing Grand Valley State University Friday at home. Not even really sure what time.
6.
6? Okay.
6 o'clock.
Yep. There's no excuse for you guys to not be there. I will say the gym is nice and cozy. So if you want to see, get there early.
Yes, please get there early. This is going to be a packed gym. I can't wait. I won't be there in person. I'm so mad about it, but I'll be watching alongside. And I know it's going to be a great broadcast. You guys can tune in on Full Sports as well. Saturday, you guys will also be playing. I believe it is at 3 o'clock opening serve against the Warriors of Wayne State. So that'll be really fun. Men's tennis will be at the ITA Fall Regionals. Good luck to Coach Doran's squad there, as well as the Bulldog Fall Classic. Women's golf will be right down the road at Khaki Golf Course, competing at home.
Yeah, a great weekend of some great competition. Don't underestimate our game Saturday either, because Wayne State's a very good program. So.
Very solid indeed. It's gonna be an exciting one. I'm really looking forward to that one. It's anchor bone, but Wayne State's gonna also
like the rivalry is not really a rivalry. It's just like a rivalry that the fans come up with. Like,
yeah,
we really don't have rivals. Both games are going to be good.
Yeah, they're two very good teams coming into our place.
Yeah,
it'll be exciting. So Sunday as well, tennis and golf will carry on. Women's soccer will be at Roosevelt. They will be playing down there at 1 o'clock. So good luck to the women's soccer squad. And then women's golf will also be in Allendale, upcoming on Monday of next week, September 29th. So good luck to women's golf as well in action. So that's all the big things going on. And then we'll obviously cover the next things, which we'll have some more home soccer games, I believe, coming up here at the start of October. Hockey starts next week.
Yeah, I was just about to say, enjoy this calmness of the fall sports while you can, especially this weekend because football has a bye week, but hockey's about to start. Really excited for that. There's definitely going to be probably a big show out for that. So
yes.
Get there early if you want a spot, I guess I should say. And then slowly but surely basketball will be starting. That always creeps up, but it's such a long season. So.
It is going to be a fun season. And I cannot say it any louder than she did. Be there early Friday night.
Yeah.
Be there
honestly.
early. It's 6 o'clock opening serve, but you probably need to get there by 5:30 at the latest.
Yeah. I feel like people have been talking about our games since last weekend before we even had our other games. So definitely try to get there early. Watch warm-ups if you want. I mean,
it's entertainment.
We got a really good DJ.
Yeah.
So it's pretty engaging. Might as well.
Yeah. You guys have interactive games as well between sets. Also, who let Claire Nowicki do the interactive game? I feel like there should have been some sort of, requirement that you weren't a former college volleyball player to do a college volleyball interactive game in between
our practice player did it. So
yeah, that's kind of cheating. Anyway, so hey,
a win's a win.
They won. So at the end of the day, they were just smarter. But big thanks to you guys for tuning in. Big thanks to all of you for subscribing. Be sure to do that on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and more. And I guess, Tatum, we adjourn till episode 6.
Yep. We'll see you next week, and we'll be back with results. So from this weekend.
With more fun stuff, more interviews, and more. So we'll see you next week.